Hello friends, this is Russian Tortoise here, and I was just sitting around not doing anything, so I figured, you know what, but I haven't made a video on my Russian Tortoise in a while, and I think it's time I give you guys a little update on how Potilla is doing. So as you can see, Potilla is still the same angry tortoise as always. Whenever she sees me walking around, she threatens me, opens her mouth, and comes towards me. So same as always, she's still the old grumpy lady. She's still also in the same cage that she's been in for the last year and 8 months at this point, I think, something like that. So still the same 4 foot by 4 foot enclosure right here, just in my room. So nothing's really changed there. And that's the reason I didn't want to really upload another video on Potilla, just because nothing has changed. She's still in the same enclosure and she's still doing well. So yeah. So I figured that because I can't really talk about Potilla, I would talk about myself and tell you guys what's been going on in my life and give you guys a little bit of an update, just so that we can have something to talk about in this video while I film Potilla running around ruining her fresh spring mix and in general making a mess. So the first piece of biggest news is that I've actually applied to the Canadian Armed Forces as a military police. So that application process is probably going to take longer than a year because I'm a dual citizen, but that's a pretty big life update right there. It doesn't mean anything that I've applied. It doesn't mean that I have to take a job if they offer it to me. It just means that I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing after university, and that is one avenue that I'm looking at. So if any of you are familiar with the process of the Canadian Forces, the first thing that you do is, sure, eat the food that you just ran through Potilla. It's not like it was much more delicious when it was actually in its food bowl. Look at that. What a mess, eh? So for any of you that are familiar with the Canadian Forces procedure of applying, the first thing you do is you apply online, and then they invite you in to write an aptitude test. So I wrote that aptitude test, and I'm not allowed to discuss any of the questions that are on the aptitude test in specific detail. But I can tell you it was a test that tested my problem-solving skills, my English, which was pretty terrible, and my spatial ability. And apart from the English, I think I did really good on it. The recruiter told me that I did a pretty good job and that I can expect to move forward to the next step in the process, which was pretty cool. So right now I'm just waiting to get an email. It can take up to 45 days for me to get that email, which actually would be in the middle of July, so I still got a little bit of waiting to do. And until then, I'm just hopeful that my test scores were good enough. But that's definitely one of the bigger updates in my life. Another thing is, that's not so much of an update, and you guys know this. I've got a girlfriend now, so we've been busily traveling Canada. We've gone to Algonquin Park twice. We've gone camping there, and there's a couple of pictures on my Instagram if you guys are interested in seeing what Algonquin Park looks like. It's really beautiful. Beautiful place. If you live in Canada and you have a chance to go to Algonquin Park camping, or even to a hotel there just to explore the trails, it was quite the experience. And although we did not run into any bears, which is kind of sad, we saw a couple of bear tracks, like really big paw prints in the mud, which is awesome. And the best experience from our recent trip is that we actually ran into a baby moose and its mom while we were doing a hike. We were hiking past the lake, and we heard some splashing, so we crouched down and we saw the baby moose emerge into the water with the mom, and we completely freaked out because it was so cool. So we actually scared them away because we're like, oh my god, look. But it was really one of the best experiences from that weekend, for sure. Otherwise, I'm just in school right now, so I'm taking a summer course. It's a statistics course, so it's really boring, but I think I'm doing okay so far, and I've actually managed to upload more videos than I thought in the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to try to stay on top of that. But yeah, I'm in school, course is going well. I'm trying to keep working out as well, just so I stay fit for when water polo season starts again in September. But otherwise, there's not much happening in my life. While we're at it, I thought I'd also really quickly show you the shrimp aquarium now that the dust has settled. So this is my red cherry shrimp aquarium now that's relatively new. There's 8 of them in there. All 8 survived the transfer into the new aquarium. I put a little stone in front of the filter to block the flow. I think I'm going to need to stuff some more filter media into the filter though, because right now the flow is still too strong for these guys to probably successfully produce any babies. But yeah, I'm going to make a separate video on this, so I'm going to keep it kind of short on the shrimp tank, but I just thought I'd show you guys. Another relatively big update that I've probably been hinting at before is that I'm moving into a new apartment in September. I actually have not looked for anything yet, but the plan is to move into a 1-bedroom apartment where hopefully I'll have space to create an 8-foot by 4-foot cage for Potilla. This one is a 4-foot by 4-foot cage, just so that she has some more space to roam around. So yeah, that's another update. We'll see once that comes along what the place will look like. I have to start looking for apartments. They are more expensive than living with roommates, but I think I'm at that point where I want to live on my own without roommates. So that's it for this update. I just thought I'd show you Potilla. There's been a lot of questions of where's your tortoise, where'd she go? She's still here, she's doing fine, and it's been a while since I've done a video on Potilla, so I figured it's time and I should show you guys. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see updates from me more frequently with pictures and whatnot, follow me on Instagram at @_RussianTorts_. I'm going to leave a link for that in the description below as well. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you like the video, go ahead, give it a like. It's greatly appreciated. And please comment. I love reading your comments. I read every single one of them. I don't respond to every single comment because sometimes the comments are, I love your channel. And if I respond with, thank you, it's just, I appreciate the comments, but I'm not going to respond to all of them. So please leave a comment. I love it. And thank you guys for watching. And with this, I will see you guys next time.